Hello everyone, welcome to SPOTO live webinar. Can you hear me? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? Okay, today I am going to explain CCIE security lab demo to you. Aiming at making an overview of the exam and helping you understand how it looks like, which will definitely make it easier for you to prepare this exam, and finally increase the chance to pass CCIE Security Lab exam. I am a lab tutor specializing in helping people achieve CCIE security certification. Since version 4, by far, I have already helped nearly 1,000 candidates get their CCIE numbers, and I am going to do the same thing for you. We SPOTO have been focusing on IT certification training for 20 years. We always be your best choice. Can you hear me clearly? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know. If there be any questions or concerns you are facing during your learning journey or during this live webinar, feel free to let me know as well. I will try my best to help you. Okay, today we are going to talk about how to prepare this exam so you can know the way to prepare it later. Okay. Okay, now let's move on. There are gonna be 4 sections in the first session. We will take a quick look at Cisco certifications so that you can have a general understanding about it. Right after that, we will check some details about our CCIE Security Lab service contents. And what's next? I will explain Security Lab demo to you and give you some preparation tips as well. It may help you a lot, and I also believe this is the exact part you are most interested in. And finally, in the last section, it's about question and answer. You can let me know your questions if there be any. And hopefully all of you can get the needed info in this live webinar. Okay, before we start, you can join our group and pin our admin to get free lab demos and more study materials. Also, you can chat with us for more other info there. Okay, I will allow you some time to do that. Okay, if you haven't joined the group, you can do that later. Now let's jump right in. As you can see, Cisco certifications have 4 levels, including entry, associate, professional, and expert. So you can choose one or more according to your needs, but please concentrate only one each time. Here we select the one named CCIE Security. and we will discuss more details about it. To earn CCIE security certification, you need to pass 2 exams, the qualifying exam and the lab exam. The first one, which is also called the written exam, and you can see the exam code right here. It is a 120-minute exam being with around 100 questions containing multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answers, drag and drop, 3 types of questions. As long as you have memorized all the answers correctly, it will be very easy to pass this exam. After passing the written exam, we will get to the second one, which is named CCIE Security Version 6 Lab Exam. And we will share more details about it in the lab demo section later. Here are the topics related to written exam, including 6 domains: security concepts, network security, securing the cloud, content security, endpoint protection and detection, as well as secure network access, visibility, and enforcement. You can check the content details for each domain on Cisco Learning Network website, and you can also download a PDF file about the complete list of SCORE exam topics there, and that will be more convenient for you to check them all. For preparing this exam, we will provide you VCE server to practice all questions by emulating the real exam, which makes you very easy to understand and master it. Normally, 1 or 2 weeks should be enough to get all questions ready. We will also keep following the latest info about the exam and update the solution in real time, ensuring that you can get well prepared for it. The lab exam is an 8-hour hands-on exam that requires candidates to implement the following things: plan, design, deploy, operate, and optimize network security solution in order to protect your network. And here are the topics related to lab exam, 5 domains in total. You can join our group and contact our admin to get the free demos. How many questions in our practice test? You will know that we will discuss that later, and you will know them all. Okay, let's move on. And here are the topics related to the lab exam. There are 5 domains in total. Domain 1, Premier Security and Intrusion Prevention. It is about Cisco ASA firewall, FMC, FTD, and NG IPS, as well as zone-based firewall deployment. Domain 2 is about security, connectivity, and segmentation. It's about Cisco VPN and Cisco Trusted Deployment. How long do you need to prepare this exam? Normally, candidates can do it in 3 months, and our service is a 3-month service. Okay, domain 3 is about infrastructure security. It's containing dynamic ARP inspection, syslog, and netflow contents. And the 4th domain is about identity service engine, including AAA, AAA authentications, and the fifth domain is about advanced malware protection, appliance, and email security appliance, as well as Cisco web security appliance. You can also check the contents details for each domain on Cisco Learning Network website and download the PDF file as well. When will the security lab exam upgrade? Okay, the new exam will be firstly taken on October 20. So the last day to take the exam is on October 19. Alright, let's move on. The lab exam format has been changed as well. In the last version, it was containing 3 modules: troubleshooting, diagnostic, and configuration. But now in the current version, it consists of 2 modules, design, and the other one we simply named it DOO. Design is very similar to the written exam, being with 32 questions. There will be scenarios provided in email conversation between Cisco engineer and customer on the exam. You will have 3 hours to read the resources, do some analysis, and finally answer the questions. One special attention is that you cannot get back to the previous questions once you submit and move to the next one, which means you cannot re-edit the answers for the previous questions. This is also the same situation in written exam. Same like written exam, we also provide VCE server for you to practice all design questions. DOO is being with 24 questions in total. 5 of them are choice questions. Very easy stuff. You just need to select the option answer as written exam or design. And the rest 19 are configuration tasks. 2 of them are kind of the troubleshooting tasks in version 5. You will need to find out the wrong points and correct them in order to make the task work. Hello, welcome the new members. To pass the exam, candidates need to score higher than the aggregated pass score of both modules and score higher than the minimum score set on each of the modules individually. You can refer to the following: 60% may be the minimum score and 80% may be the aggregated pass score. Yes, many candidates can pass the exam in their first attempt with our help. Okay, now we come to the Cisco certification roadmaps. Apparently, it is showing you that how things will be going on and when the changes will take place, so that you can make a plan properly. As we can see, the exam will be changing soon, and the update exam for CCIE security will be firstly tested on October 20, 2023. So less than 5 months are left for us to pass the current exam now. It is really very limited time, but no worries. You will have enough time to get it done with our help. Just join us at the soonest. So do you have any other questions about this section? If there be any, feel free to let me know. Okay, anyone, any questions? Yes, October, it will be changing on October 20, 2023. Any more questions? If no more questions, we will move to the next session. After knowing how the exam looks like, now we will take a look at the security lab service providing to you. Okay, our admin can help you. You can join our group. Sure, we now will go on. As you can see in the chart, this is a 3-month service being with workbooks, videos, and racks, as well as tutor support. Normally, 3 months should be enough to prepare this exam, as candidates usually finish the preparation within that time and pass the exam smoothly. Some candidates could even do that around 1 month. So no more hesitation, just join us and get started. Okay, as you can see in the chart, this is a 3-month service being with workbooks, videos, and rest, as well as tutor support. Here you can see there are 2 sets for design and DOO each. To extend the service, it will require $500 per month. Normally, 3 months should be enough. Here you can see there are 2 sets for design and DOO each, which fully cover the exam in all centers. By far, the new designs show up in Beijing, Singapore, Bangalore, and Dubai, while the new DOO show up in Sydney, Bangalore, Johannesburg, St. George, Mexico City, and Richardson. So Bangalore is the most complicated location, being with 4 sceneries. Design 1 with DOO1 or DOO2, and design 2 with DOO1 or DOO2, 4 sceneries. For additional rec hours, it is fixed price with at $10 per hour. As we said, our materials are fully covering all sceneries in the world, so no need to worry about that at all. Materials will be shared phase by phase, so try your best to achieve the goal in each phase with 100% following our steps. And you can see that phase 1 is the most difficult part, being with most configuration tasks. Once you master that, which means you can finish all tasks around 3 hours with getting expected outputs, and then all the rest phase can be done within 2 weeks or even less. We also have created a video for each task, which will do great help to your preparation. And you can master each task easier by following that. Our practice environment is almost the same as the test room environment. which ensures the high pass rate. We have 3 types of rest with substantial quantity for you. They are very good rests because many candidates said that our rests are better than the exam rests. Some candidates even complain to the proctor about that. But don't do that again, as it won't be any helpful at all. Since materials are shared phase by phase, so the rests will be opened in phases accordingly. Sorry, it is a bundle service. We do not provide only verbal. I'm sorry for that. Normally, the 152 hours will be allocated as below, and flexible adjustment can also be made according to your specific situation or needs. Remember that rests are mainly for verifying the solution, not just for practice, as many candidates could pass the exam with using only a half of the 152 hours. So if you can understand this point very well, you may easily pass the exam too. The full rests are being with 4-hour and 8-hour sections, and they will be open for you once you finish your phase 1 study. These 2 rests are for final practice before you take the exam. The minimum requirement here in practice is to complete all tasks with getting expected outputs around 3 hours and a half. You may ask why we should finish all tasks in that time, as there should be 5 hours for the module in the exam. And we would say 3 hours and a half here may be equal to the 5 hours on the exam due to the latency of exam right there. As we mentioned previously, many candidates reported that our rests are better than exam rests. So as long as you can do that, arrange 1 or 2 sessions, finish all the tasks, and inform us to check everything for you. Yes, the CCIE Security Lab design done is now at latest and stable now. You will see many candidates pass the exam with our dumps later. Okay, and the non-full rests are being with 2-hour and 4-hour sessions. This will be more flexible for you to arrange the time for practice. Sorry, what do you mean lifetime access? It is a 3-month service. Yes, it's limited time. Okay. Let's move on to talk about the non-full rest. And you will start with this rest for phase 1 practice first. As mentioned before, 72 hours will be assigned to this rest by default. So take good use of them and try to master the tasks good enough with the hours. Before working on the rest, ensure that you have already been familiar with more tasks, not just 1 or 2. And we strongly suggest you spending more time on memorizing the solution rather than working on rests. And here is the only one difference on ports between our RAS and exam RAS. Exam RAS are being with two types, 5512 and 5516. You will be assigned one of them randomly when taking the exam. On our RAS, you just need to follow the info we provided and then configure it correctly. Here is a quick look of our RAS. You will only need to complete all tasks through these two programs, MT-PuTTY and RDP. Very easy to proceed. About tutor support, we will try our best to clear your doubts by answering your questions. And we will also follow your preparation progress as well as help you to do some troubleshooting on the session if needed. And what's more, we will evaluate your performance by checking your homework right on the rest before you take the exam to ensure everything is in good position. And finally, we will keep you posted about the latest exam info and feedback. Okay, we have EVE installed on our RAS. Hello, welcome new members. Okay, let's move on. Here are some guideline files indicating how to get started and how to continue the preparation until you achieve the goal. Okay, any questions about this section? Let me know, please. Okay, any more questions for me? Okay, let's move on. Now you know our lab service as well, and next I will explain the lab demos to you in details, and definitely it will be very helpful. This is the physical topology for layer 2 connections. If you have already known something about routing and switching technologies, you can understand this content easily. It is about VLAN assignments under relative interfaces. Very easy stuff. You can see there are only 6 devices presenting here. These 6 devices are physical equipment. All the other devices are virtual devices installed on an EXXI server running virtualization platform, which is connecting to physical switch 1. But on our RAS, we are using only one physical switch, switch 2, functioning as switch 1 and switch 2 for each rack. You may ask why make it that way? Because there is no permission for accessing physical switch 1 in exam. That's the exact reason. And this is the logical topology presenting all devices. As you can see, there are two management networks. tool management networks, and many other infrastructure networks. You need to know where the traffic flow leads to by analyzing the requirements for each question. Also, you will need to understand the dependency between the tasks as well. In order to get familiar with the topology, you need to memorize all networks and IP address as well as the positions of all devices matching to each task. And then familiarize yourself with the requirements and solution of each task by reading the verbal as well as watching the video before you verify it on the rest. It is only about the familiarity matter, nothing more, as you can practice all tasks in your head without rest. If you can understand this point, and as long as you can do that, which means you have got familiar enough with the solution, as a result, your accuracy as well as the speed will be very good too. Finally, once again, you are required completing all tasks with getting expected outputs in 3 hours and a half, as that's the minimum requirement for you before taking the exam. Okay, now let's look at demo 1. In this part, 4 tasks are mentioned. The first one, task 2.1, which is belonging to domain 1 of lab exam topics, is asking you to deploy an active and standby failover between virtual ASA1 and virtual ASA11. That is very easy. And then we come to task 2.3, also belonging to domain 1, is asking you to deploy an active failover between physical ASA1 and physical ASA2. So this is for task 2.1. It's about active standby failover, and this is for these two physical SA, and we need to deploy active failover when done. And yes, we will deploy an active failover between physical ASA1 and physical ASA2 with using multiple mode deployment. That's very easy too. After finishing those 2 tasks, we come to task 1.2. We need to deploy any connect VPN between clients and the virtual ASA. Once established, traffic from sales and finance organization to their individual server will be secure respectively. Here you can see the traffic. This is about sales PC, and this one is about finance PC. So they will access their server individually, and we will deploy any connect VPN between the clients and virtual ASA. And finally, it is task 4.6. We need to deploy NetFlow on router 9 to match and collect the specific traffic and export it to Stillwatch in order to optimize the availability of the sales server by floating the ICMP traffic generated from the sales PC. And now you can see the dependencies between those tasks as well, and they should be configured in the correct order before you can verify them and get the correct outputs. So the first task, the second task, and the third task, and the fourth task. Alright. After demo 1, now let's take a look at demo 2. For tasks 2.2, we can refer to task 2.1. It is also an active and standby failover deployment between virtual ASA 2 and virtual ASA 2 here. And then task 2.4 is asking for a cluster deploying on physical ASA 3 and physical ASA 4. Either channel as well as NAT technology will be applied during the implementation as well. And yes, it's not a difficult task. These two tasks are also belonging to domain 1. After that, we come to task 1.3, which is asking to deploy clientless SSL VPN between the clients and virtual ASA. Here. And once established, clients of marketing and engineering organization can securely access their own web server respectively. Yes, in exam, it's the same questions you will get in as our provided. Okay, how do we provide RECT? It's fine. We have many candidates from Dubai. We are providing a booking system. You can book the sessions there, and when your session time comes, you can connect to our labs. Okay, now let's talk about demo 3. Demo 3 here is about an independent task, task 1.4. It is asking to deploy a site-to-site IPsec VPN between FTD1 and FTD2 through FMC FTD. Here. And this is really easy task. Couple of steps configuring on FMC FTD GUI can get it done. Okay, this demo is including 5 tasks. The first one, task 3.1, is about AAA authentication with .x method. Once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client needs to access the engineering server, and you can see this traffic will go through NG-IPS. So task 4.1 is required being done first before the traffic can be transferred to the destination. First, this PC need to get authenticated and authorized from ISE. And finally, he need to access engineering server, and the traffic is go through NGIPS. And then we talk about task 4.3. It's about AMP contents, and the AMP needs to integrate with FMC MG-IPS. After that, install the AMP connector on tech PC to enable endpoint protection and scan the PC to test the function status. And the last 2 tasks is about tasks 3.5, that's for syslog, and tasks 4.5, that's for zone-based firewall. These 2 tasks are being deployed on router 13. After configuring these 2 tasks, the syslog server on management PC should be able to receive debug messages from router 13 for the debugging of zone-based firewall configuration. Tag as CCIE lab router 13. And here is the syslog server, which is located on management PC. Yes, of course, there is no doubt that the certification will help you find a good job. And finally, run hping3 command on the attack simulator to generate denial of service attack traffic and verify whether the zone-based firewall configuration function is normal or not. It will generate attack traffic Okay, so this is about demo 4. 3 tasks, 5 tasks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's talk about demo 5. Demo 5 contains 2 tasks. Task 3.2 is about AAA authentication with MAB method. Once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client needs to access the intranet server, and you can see it's one loopback interface of router 4. Once done with that task, we will come to task 4.2, and we need to deploy transparent direction, which is known as Web Cache Communication Protocol on router 10, so that router 10 can finally redirect the specific traffic to web security appliance. And here we need to pay attention to the rules for return packets, which should be directing to web security appliance. The return rules should be directing to web security appliance. Obviously, you need to configure task 3.2 first before you can test task 4.2. And yes, that is the dependence. At last, we come to the final daemon 6. Task 1.5 is asking you to deploy Flash VPN with using Virtual Terminal Interface method between router 5 and router 16, and you need to configure L2TP in order to extend the network between switch 7 and router 4. Here you need to deploy Flash VPN with using VTI method, and in order to extend the specific network, we need to use this protocol. Okay, normally 2 or 4 hours you can spend that time to study. Okay, let's move on. After task 1.5 is complete, we come to task 3.3, which is about AAA authentication with .x method, same like task 3.1. And switch 7 must be able to establish SXP, this protocol, peering with ISE. Once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client needs to access the intranet server as well. The QA PC need to access the intranet server. That's why we need to configure task 1.5 first, as the traffic goes through those devices. And what's more, the trust policy on ISE must be centrally managed by DNA center and based on the traffic anomaly observed from the onboard clients. So ISE should integrate with DNA center to meet that requirement. It's for task 4.4. And finally, the task is about task 3.4, which is about dynamic ARP inspection. The direct connection between router 5 and router 12 through virtual switch 3 is not working as expected because of a long access list deployed for ARP inspection. And here, a wrong access list was configured. And we need to correct it so that router 5 can reach the resources at one loopback interface of router 12. Router 5 need to access the resources here. Okay, now all 6 demos, which include all 19 configuration tasks, have been shown to you, and the rest 5 are, as we mentioned before, are choice questions, and they are very easy stuff. Our solution is far more enough to pass this exam. So if you are planning to take CCIE Security Lab exam, join us to get the full solution with every single detail, and we believe that you can make it happen very soon. Okay, here are some preparation tips. Most of them are mentioned in the previous sections. Just one thing, do the needful improvement on the familiarity of the solution, and finally configure all tasks correctly and rapidly with getting all expected outputs. After that, passing the exam will be right around the corner. The current CCIE number is 16,700. We are expecting that you will become the next one. So join us now and start your CCIE Security Lab journey today. Okay, now let's look at some Security Lab exam fail cases. Here are some common reasons for fails. Time management issue, which means not having enough time to finish all tasks. This is one of the most common reasons. That's why we keep asking candidates to finish all tasks within 3 hours and a half before they take the exam. Typos as well as missing configuration or configuring wrongly is another main reason for fails. Once happened to that, candidates usually could not find out the issue and solve it in a short time. So very much time will be wasted by doing troubleshooting. And these two reasons are exactly because of the poor familiarity of the solution. Thus, now you know the importance of that. Once again, it is all about the familiarity of the solution, nothing more. Also, there were a few candidates failed the exam due to not 100% following our solution and steps. All these fail reasons mentioned can easily get avoided if you are following our steps, and it will never be that hard to achieve the pass. Yes, and later you can see many pass from the candidates. So here is a study plan for you, and you will get more details in the guideline files once you start the preparation with us. Your Cisco account will get updated after you pass the written exam within a couple of days. And then you can log in the Schedule Lab website to check the available exam slots. Usually they will be booked by candidates very fast. So book one according to your plan now and make it happen soon. And we will be standby here for helping you. Okay, once again, welcome to our live webinar today. I am glad to show you some excellent results and the success stories of our candidates. They have passed the CCIE Security Lab exam smoothly with our help. That's the reason why we have gained so much trust and good comments from our candidates during the past 20 years. Let's look at some of the past reports from our candidates. These reports are kind of the best words as proofs for the good quality of our service and our solution. Type 1 in the comment and let me know you do want to copy their success and join us and get certified with SPOTO now. Our team will reach out to you with more information. It is exciting to share that our CCIE candidates have given valuable feedback about our service, and we are very proud to show them here. If you have any questions or concerns about the certification process, feel free to send them in the comments. We will help you. Here are also some nice comments from our candidates, and they highly recommend us. Hi, welcome new members. This live webinar focuses on CCIE security certification. We are SPOTO dedicated to IT certification service for 20 years. Our final goal is to help you obtain the certification by providing you accurate materials, very good guidelines, and tutor support. So are you looking forward to advance your career and increase the salary? If yes, our CCIE Security Lab package is an opportunity for you. Our plan is to help you pass this exam in 3 months or even less time, because we do have some candidates who have passed the exam around 1 month in their first attempts. Only for today's live sale, you are taking advantage of a very special discount and get the CCIE Security Lab package at $1,450, saving you $550. So do not hesitate and do not miss this great chance, as the offer is time limited and will be expired in 24 hours. After that, it will be returned back to the original price, which is $2,000. And yes, you can check the link in the comments to enjoy the very special offer for you, and do not miss it. Okay, any questions about this section? Anyone, any questions? Okay, if you still have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I am here for you. For more questions, please join the group and ping us there as well. We will provide more info to you. Okay, if you have no further questions, that's gonna be all for today. We really hope that it can be very helpful for you. If you love this webinar and consider it as very useful and helpful, hit the like button, comment it, and subscribe it. And much appreciate that. If you want to know more about other IT certifications, welcome to join our group. Okay, no worries. You can join our group and contact the admin to get the demos. Once again, we are SPOTO and we have been providing dedicated IT certification service for 20 years. If you want to know more about other IT certification, welcome to join in the group. And admin, please help to share the group link for us here. Everybody can have a chat and join us. Okay, very welcome. Thank you all for joining today, and I'm looking forward to help you achieve your goals. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye.